13 Ways to Lower Blood Pressure. Naturally easy home remedies to go from high blood pressure to low blood pressure. 1. Go for power walks. Hypertensive patients who went for fitness walks at a brisk pace lowered pressure by almost 8 mm of mercury over 6 mm of mercury. Exercise helps the heart use oxygen more efficiently, so it doesn't work as hard to pump blood. More. 14 Best walking workouts. Get a vigorous cardio workout of at least 30 minutes on most days of the week for low blood pressure. Try increasing speed or distance so you keep challenging your ticker. 2. Breathe deeply. Slow breathing and meditative practices such as Qigong, yoga, and Tai Chi decrease stress hormones, which elevate renin, a kidney enzyme that raises blood pressure. Try 5 minutes in the morning and at night for low blood pressure. Inhale deeply and expand your belly. Exhale and release all of your tension. Try these stress-busting yoga poses to relieve tension. 3. Pick potatoes. Loading up on potassium-rich fruits and vegetables is an important part of any blood pressure-lowering program, says Linda Van Horn, Ph.D., Rhode, a professor of preventive medicine at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Aim for 2,000 to 4,000 milligrams of potassium a day, she says. Are you at risk for the #1 cause of heart-related death? Top sources of potassium-rich produce to achieve low blood pressure include sweet potatoes, tomatoes, orange juice, potatoes, bananas, kidney beans, peas, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, and dried fruits such as prunes and raisins. 4. Be salt smart. Certain groups of people, the elderly, African Americans, and those with a family history of high blood pressure, are more likely than others to have blood pressure that's particularly salt, or sodium, sensitive. But because there's no way to tell whether any one individual is sodium sensitive, everyone should lower sodium intake, says Eva Obartsenek, Ph.D., a research nutritionist at the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. How far? To 1,500 milligrams daily if you want low blood pressure. About half the average American intake, she says. Half a teaspoon of salt contains about 1,200 milligrams of sodium. Cutting sodium means more than going easy on the salt shaker, which contributes just 15% of the sodium in the typical American diet. For more ways to reduce your sodium, see 6 simple ways to lower your salt intake. Watch for sodium in processed foods, Obartsenek warns. That's where most of the sodium in your diet comes from, she says. Season foods with spices, herbs, lemon, and salt-free seasoning blends. 5. Indulge in dark chocolate. Dark chocolate varieties contain flavonols that make blood vessels more elastic and increase the chances of low blood pressure. In one study, 18% of patients who ate it every day saw blood pressure decrease. Have half an ounce daily, and make sure it contains at least 70% cocoa. 6. Take a supplement. In a review of 12 studies, researchers found that coenzyme Q10 reduced blood pressure by up to 17 mm of mercury over 10 mm of mercury. More. The best supplements for women. The antioxidant, required for energy production, dilates blood vessels. Ask your doctor about taking a 60 to 100 mg supplement up to 3 times a day for low blood pressure. 7. Drink a little alcohol. According to a review of 15 studies, the less you drink, the lower your blood pressure will drop, to a point. A study of women at Boston's Brigham and Women's Hospital, for example, found that light drinking, defined as 1/4 to 1/2 a drink per day for a woman, may actually reduce blood pressure more than no drinks per day. Check out your body on alcohol for more insight. More. Sneaky signs you drink too much. 1 drink is 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of spirits to achieve the goal of low blood pressure. Other studies have also found that moderate drinking, up to 1 drink a day for a woman, 2 for a man, can lower risks of heart disease. High levels of alcohol are clearly detrimental, says Obartsenek. But moderate alcohol is protective of the heart. If you are going to drink, drink moderately. 8. Switch to decaf coffee. Scientists have long debated the effects of caffeine on blood pressure. Some studies have shown no effect, but one from Duke University Medical Center found that caffeine consumption of 500 milligrams, roughly 3 8-ounce cups of coffee, increased blood pressure by 4 millimeters of mercury, and that effect lasted until bedtime. For reference, 8 ounces of drip coffee contain 100 to 125 milligrams of caffeine, the same amount of tea, 50 milligrams, an equal quantity of cola, about 40 milligrams. Caffeine can raise blood pressure by tightening blood vessels and by magnifying the effects of stress, says Jim Lane, Ph.D., an associate research professor at Duke and the lead author of the study. When you're under stress, your heart starts pumping a lot more blood, boosting blood pressure, he says. And caffeine exaggerates that effect. If you drink a lot of Joe, pour more decaf to protect your ticker with low blood pressure. 9. Take up tea. Lowering high blood pressure is as easy as 1, 2, tea. Study participants who sipped 3 cups of a hibiscus tea daily lowered systolic blood pressure by 7 points in 6 weeks on average, say researchers from Tufts University, results on par with many prescription medications. Those who received a placebo drink improved their reading by only 1 point. The phytochemicals in hibiscus are probably responsible for the large reduction in high blood pressure, say the study authors. Many herbal teas contain hibiscus. Look for blends that list it near the top of the chart of ingredients for low blood pressure. This often indicates a higher concentration per serving. 10. Work a bit less. Putting in more than 41 hours per week at the office raises your risk of hypertension by 15%, according to a University of California, Irvine, study of 24,205 California residents. Doing overtime makes it hard to exercise and eat healthy, says Hei Yang, Ph.D., the lead researcher. It may be difficult to clock out super early in today's tough economic times, but try to leave at a decent hour, so you can go to the gym or cook a healthy meal, as often as possible for low blood pressure. Follow these tips to make your weekends stress-free. Set an end-of-day message on your computer as a reminder to turn it off and go home. 11. Relax with music. Need to bring down your blood pressure a bit more than medication or lifestyle changes can do alone? The right tunes can help you get low blood pressure, according to researchers at the University of Florence in Italy. They asked 28 adults who were already taking hypertension medication to listen to soothing classical, Celtic, or Indian music for 30 minutes daily while breathing slowly. After a week, the listeners had lowered their average systolic reading by 3.2 points. A month later, readings were down 4.4 points. 12. Seek help for snoring. It's time to heed your partner's complaints and get that snoring checked out. Loud, incessant snores are one of the main symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, OSA. University of Alabama researchers found that many sleep apnea sufferers also had high levels of aldosterone, a hormone that can boost blood pressure. In fact, it's estimated that half of all people with sleep apnea have high blood pressure. More, what your sleep habits say about your health. If you have sleep apnea, you may experience many brief yet potentially life-threatening interruptions in your breathing while you sleep. In addition to loud snoring, excessive daytime tiredness and early morning headaches are also good clues. If you have high blood pressure, ask your doctor if OSA could be behind it. Treating sleep apnea may lower aldosterone levels and improve BP. 13. Jump for soy. A study from Circulation, Journal of the American Heart Association found for the first time that replacing some of the refined carbohydrates in your diet to achieve low blood pressure with foods high in soy or milk protein, such as low-fat dairy, can bring down systolic blood pressure if you have hypertension or pre-hypertension. Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe to my channel to get you all new